start today's topic, can we say a special prayer for Nigeria? I mean, the news that we are receiving doesn't look too good. So if you are saying a prayer, kindly say one for Nigeria, that everything will normalize and then they can go back to the peaceful country that once upon a time she was. So that's a prayer for Nigeria. Just say one for Nigeria. Okay. So you all know this whole thing we say that we all have a past. We all have a past. And when we say it, it's just a few people who are confident enough to tell us what really their past of the story about we all have a past is. Usually we do not like talking about our past lives, the kind of life we lived, because we kind of think like, okay, that was gone or that has passed as it were. And so why do we even talk about it? Why do we even discuss it? Is it relevant? My question this morning is it relevant at a point to talk about the things that you did in the past? And sometimes the whole history about our past is that it's not too pleasant. There are some skeletons in the cupboard. There are some things that we are not too sure about and we were not too sure about, but yes, hey, it happened. And so we are like, okay, that is in my past. And that is one thing that kind of like drives a lot of people when it comes to being honest. And there's one thing I always want to say, that we all at a point have told one lie or the other. The lies, baby crap. There are those that we are quick to say, as for this guy, he's a pathological liar. As for this one, he and his lies. But we all at a point have told a lie, whether white lie, small lie, big lie, medium-sized lie, whatever it is. There's a part that we said something that we know it was not true, but yet we said it. Why? Because we are afraid people are just going to be too critical with us. Secondly, we tell some lies because people are judgmental. Once you put forth the truth, they're like, so this is the life he's been leading, or this is his story, or this is how, so he's like this. We thought, so we don't really want people to raise eyebrows. So because we are not too sure whether they are going to judge us right or wrong, we say, okay, that's it. We don't even want to share that part of our life. The next reason why we are not too comfortable speaking the truth is that we are insecure. How will people take us? Will their perception, mindset still change? Will they still hold that value? Will they still hold us in high esteem? As somebody will say. So the insecurity is also a reason why people will not comfortably say what is the truth. And then the last one is how people handle the truth. So, I want to hear. You just give fill and all, and the person starts saying things that, how could you do this? But you told me this, and you did this, and it was a lie. And so for us not to go through that cycle of, I trusted you, all those wahala, you just keep that part of your life to yourself and move on. Nobody judge you. Nobody will judge you. Nobody is critical about what you say. You will not feel insecure at the end of the day. Let's all walk in our path. But do you honestly think is the right way to go? If all the reasons I've outlined can be associated with the reason why people are not comfortable telling us the truth, especially about their past lives, can we say that is the right way to go? Hey, society has values. Society will set standards. Society has always set the standard for us. Whether we like it or not, people will set standards for us, interestingly. And we also set standards for ourselves. But even as Christians, there's already a standard for us. And our standard to living right, living pure, living truth to ourselves is the word of God. That's the standard. And we all know that we fall short of that standard constantly. Constantly, we fall short of the standard that is very high. The standard of being a Christian is not a low standard. While others are all going through the narrow gate, through the broad gate, you will have to go through the narrow path, because narrow is the best option for you. Now, this morning, I was just thinking through it. There's a part of our lives that we are not comfortable discussing. Whether or not you fall in that category, nobody wants to talk about their sexual history. Hey, why should I be an open book? Why should I be the one to start this topic? Even in the Christian circle, when there is relationship talk and all that, people are asking questions and they are maneuvering. People are not confident enough to tell us, oh, I'm sexually active, I am not. We cannot, because being vocal and being honest about our sexual history will either place us in all the categories that I have stated during the beginning of the program. Is that people are going to judge us, they are going to be more critical of us, they are going to be insecure around us and all that. So in order for us to not to have all these eyebrows raised at us, we'll rather keep it quiet. I don't know what it is about sexual history, but nobody goes around flaunting it. Interestingly. But in today's world, I don't know if you've met a group of people who are very confident as to what their sexual escapades are. A night before, a day before, 2 months before. They are not ashamed. They will not mince words. They will give you every single detail as to what really transpired. And I wonder why people are like that. But let's turn the table and come to the Christian circle. People are not even confident to say they are virgins or they've not had sex. It's weird. It's unheard of. This is outrageous. Is this person living in 2020? Are they that correct? What is wrong with you? Is it like you can't find anybody? And these are the questions that those who have decided at a point that this is what I want to do, this is how I want to live my life, this is what I want to preserve my life till I get married, are faced with. I don't know what it is with the whole virginity scene. Fine, it has its religious undertones. People place value. Oh, you should keep yourself to marriage. We can understand. Men will make fun of the fact that, oh, but people too will make you feel like it's one way of preserving yourself that comes with disgust, especially for some people. I don't know what category you fall in, but virginity shaming ordinarily is something that if anybody wants to be very honest about what their sexual history is, they don't say it. They don't tell you because they are not too confident even with what they self-acclaim. Why is it difficult for somebody to be honest about the fact that I have not had sex? Why would we rather shame somebody who decides that, okay, I don't want to have sex for A, B, and C reasons? Why would we make mockery of people who have decided to abstain from sex till they get married? Why? You want to have your sex. You have had your sex. Why won't you leave somebody alone who wants to also not have sex? Why do you always or constantly want to be on their case and say that, oh, I don't know why you'd want to keep on holding to these values? Don't you think it's time that you have sex? I don't get that thing. I sit here this morning with a mixed feeling of confusion, doubt. I don't know what it exactly is, but I'm asking myself these questions. We are not too confident about our stance when it comes to our social history, and we cannot even respect people for the stance they take. We don't respect people for the fact that they just want to abstain. You know that friend has an agenda to abstain. You are not abstaining. Why won't you mind your business? Why won't you mind? You want to go and screw all the girls around and come and tell of your escapade. The person says, me, I don't want to do it. Why won't you let them be? You have lost your virginity. Sorry. You can't get it back. We can understand. Somebody is virgin. You are jealous. Hey, this is the part. This morning, I have more questions than answers. Somebody says they are virgin. You are jealous. You ask if they are virgin. They say they are. You say they are lying. And so now you are not only saddling the people with a lot of responsibility, and there are people who also want to go length and breadth and defend their stance. There is no test for virginity. So the test is that you go to the room with the person so that the person tests themselves. But whatever it is, must you go that length? Take it or leave it. I am. You are not. End of story. Magana Yakari. Because I cannot understand why people can be honest about the things that they hold very dear, and people will downplay their honesty. There are people who are not confident enough, even with abstaining, and people saddle them with a lot of pressure, undue pressure, if you ask me, of why they would want to abstain. People want to go out on a frolic of their own, doing all they can, doing all the sexy things they can do, trying all the sex positions. I mean, that is your lot. Can you leave those who don't want to do it alone? Oh, they are all lying. They are all liars. They are pretending. It is not true. At this age, it's not a lie. Is it your business? Then the second part I don't like is, who wants an inexperienced girl? Well, is it PhD that you have to acquire before you can start? I mean, what it is? I mean, I think in recent time we have overrated sex. The whole idea of sex. People want to show their sexual prowess. Go and see, they are doing nothing. They want to talk some way just because there are other people who are not talking their language. They want to make mockery of you because you are not towing their line. My listeners, for me, this is hard talk. Can we just respect people for their sexual whatever stance? Can we just respect them? You have chosen a path that, okay, you want to be sexually active. That is your lot. Can you just respect and leave those who want to abstain alone? Leave them alone. And sometimes we are not too vocal. We are not confident. People cannot even honestly tell you that I'm not sexually active because of fear of the Jews, fear of the Sanhedrin, fear of the Pharisees. For what reason? You didn't ask anybody's permission when you went to have sex. Why should your validation and permission not to have sex? You didn't. Why would you torment somebody's life constantly, knowing that they have vowed to remain chaste and pure till they get married? Why do you want to put sand in somebody's gari who wants to abstain? Why do you want to talk somebody out of abstinence when the person knows that the grace of God is abundant and this is what they want to do? Why? Because you have lost yours, so somebody should lose theirs, right? So that we all become the same, right? And I don't know. See, I am not sitting here and being all fussy about what it is about virginity, but my point this morning is, can we just respect people's decision? That's all I am saying. Whether or not you're a virgin or not, end of story. I'm not interested. But even the person decides to get sexually active, got active, realize that no, this will not help me. I want to put the brakes on my sexual desires. Can we just respect that? We are not respecting a lot of people for a lot of things. And sometimes I think we have given the people the leeway to say certain things about us. I don't enjoy going back and forth with why somebody should marry a virgin and why that is not my headache this morning. But I am of the opinion that whatever people decide to do, especially with abstinence, let's respect that. I think we are not respecting that a lot. We are not. We have taken the whole matter light. We just want to disrespect people for their choice and for their position. And we just want to have our way. Just because what? Beloved brothers and sisters in Christ, have passed. We all have histories. There are some who want to do a better job on themselves. There are people who have gone on the broad path and have decided to come back to the narrow path. There are people who have done all the things they want to do with sex. They have explored. They have done everything some. They are tired. They say they won't do it again. This one too, you want to kill them with your mouth. There are people who have even tried other things and like, no way. I don't want to go back on this road again. This is the new stance for me. Can we leave people alone? Then the second part is the reverse. You are not a virgin. You are in a Christian fellowship. You say you are one. That one too, is it by force? That's the part I don't get. You are not one. You have lost it. But why do you even lie about it? And that's the part I don't honestly understand. That you meet somebody and you know that you are operating on a level of honesty. And Christian ladies are lying to their fellow Christian ladies. Just because your Christian sister says she's a virgin, you have metamorphosized into one when you are not. If we are not honest about our sexual history, it's not like you go around with placards telling people, I am not a virgin, oh, I have had sex. No. But if we are not even honest with this conversation, with the people who matter, emphasis on the people who matter, then I don't know what we are doing. I just read the book of Timothy this morning, and Paul would confidently tell you who he was before the grace of God found him. He said, I was a blasphemer. I persecuted the people of God. He even referred to himself as one of the worst sinners. But at the end of the day, he found grace in God. You might have a terrible history, but why lie about it? You are not a virgin. You cannot be one. Whether secondary, tertiary, intermediary, you are not. It doesn't change the fact that you want to be one, because you cannot. But it changes the fact that you want to live right, if that is the portion and the path you want to tread. But why do we lie, Alex? Now, you deceive that brother that, oh, you're a virgin. The person wants to know, no. Then they'll go, no, oh, the story is different. Hey, deception. And say, hey, I thought you were a virgin. Then the story starts. Then the trust, the difficult. So who did you sleep with? Because one small lie you have lied. Now you have to do damage control. Oh, I am not. Oh, it happened. End of story. Sometimes you don't even have to give the details. Oh, it happened, sometimes I'm not. But Charlie, this is my new life now. I want to be focused. Isn't that beautiful? We even get the opportunity as children of God to share things that are deep. You might never know. We come and we stand on pulpit and we lie. We lie. So when I met my wife, we were virgins. You know it's a lie. You know it. Then you are in front of young people who are probably, because you know these young people are looking up to me. And so there is an image you would have to keep safe. You don't want them being critical. Oh, so brother, let's cry on, say no, and all that. You will lie. You would prefer keeping it safe than putting out the truth. This morning we are talking about virginity shaming and virginity scam. Men are scamming women. I am a virgin. I'm a virgin. Women, women too are scamming men. Me too. I am a virgin. I'm a virgin. You are not telling the truth, and you have given that young man expectation. The person will go on his knees. That, oh God, thank you that I married a virgin. Only for the person to find out that, oh, onto them. This morning is one of my hard talks. I don't know why we would want to shame people who abstain. And I also do not know why we want to scam people. Just like people would send you fake mobile money details and tell you that, oh, I accidentally paid into your account. Can we stop scamming people? Because then you put the person on a certain pedestal. And once the person finds out you are not, it breaks trust. And that's what we are dealing with. A lot of issues. We have not had this conversation before. But if we are to sample opinions of people who thought their wives were virgin, and the story changed after marriage, you'll be shocked. I know there is an image to protect, especially when we are in the circle of believers. We know that we want people to see us for who we are, because we are blowing tongues and we are standing long hours and we are sharabaying boyekaya, and things are happening in the realms when we lay hands. But there's a part of our lives that we know that is surrounded, is woven around lies. And that's the part of our sexual history. We don't like talking about it. Nobody wants to start this conversation. Sister Maxine, are you a virgin? How can you ask such a question? Brother Lex, are you a virgin? Then you know that once you are not a virgin, at what age? All these topics you don't want. So all you say is, I am, when you are not. We all have the propensity of lying about our sexual history. I won't sit here and lie. It's a subject for discussion that's not comfortable. Couple do not even want to talk about their prior sexual history, because your husband will say that, hey, you were active all this while. I don't even want to think the number of sexual partners you have had. Who was your first? Who was your last? How far did you go? All these stories you don't want to be hearing. So then you play safe and say that you are. But at the end of the day, keeping the whole Virgin Mary reputation, protecting yourself, protecting the things that you don't want people to see and be critical, judgmental, and insecure about, is it even worth the lies? There's so many lies woven around our sexual history. There are skeletons in the cupboard. Some people have received a lot of ridiculing just because they want to abstain. Some people have also gone the extreme of having sex and they will be ridiculed anyway. So what is it now? You are virgin, ridicule. You are not ridicule. Hey, what kind of society is this? The person says, I am not. The person will receive criticism. The person is. They will receive criticism. The person says, I want to abstain. They will receive criticism. The person says, I'm not faithful. They will receive criticism. When do we draw the line? For me, honestly, I would want to put this across. We owe ourselves some duty of honesty. Honesty, they say, is the best policy. We have all said lies. We have allowed other people to buy into our lies. There are some issues we will take to the grave. But the question is, do you necessarily have to be ashamed? My answer is no. No. People would give details of how they prayed before they got partners. But they never give us details of how they were able to abstain before they got married. And you ask yourself, okay, if you are preaching abstinence, can you give us practical steps as to how you did it? Then the people are fumbling. Probably you have preached abstinence, but you know that there are no abstinence. And so you can't put it forward. Sexual history and any conversation that is wired around sex is not a comfortable one to talk about. But let's start the conversation. And it starts on the note of honesty. It starts on honesty. We are not having this conversation because I thought through it. I'm like, okay, let's have the. But I just realized that we are scamming a lot of people with our status of being virgins. And alerts. You know how it is like when danger is coming. Ping, 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 ping. We have scammed a lot of people. Directly or indirectly. The man is interested because you say you're a virgin. The man is thinking of, but please, can we also outgrow the whole idea? The person is not virgin, and so he's not good for you. And so he can't be a Proverb 31 woman. Or he's not virtuous enough. If you are, hallelujah. If you are not, There's a way to go about it. Ladies and gentlemen, for all those listening to me, and let's say I should ask boys and girls, I don't know what it is about sexual history, but it's a conversation we all do not want to have because it's private. All other things that happens in your bedroom, not your sitting room. Sitting room too can be part. All other parts, and you think it's between two consenting adults, is private. But you see, once it's private, somebody will ask, does it even matter if you know what my sexual history is? Please don't go around telling people about what you have done and what you have not done. The question to today's topic is, who warrants it? Who must know? If you're a youth leader and you are dealing with a lot of young people and you talk about sex, I honestly think you have to be honest. Say it is as it is. If you are not one, don't come and stand in front of the children and be saying abstinence things. You can say abstinence, but tell them that you are not. And give them the reasons why you fail and why they should do a better job. That is it. Why you are preaching abstinence, tell them why you were not able to abstain. Why you fell short of the standard of abstinence. Why they should do a better job. That's truth. If you went over the board and you claim that, oh, when I was courting, we didn't do anything, we only kissed. And you know that you went overboard, you did things, and you stand in front of, you owe them some level of honesty. Why did I use Paul's example? Paul knew who he was. I mean, the fact that he had changed didn't change the fact that he knew that he persecuted the people of God. He knew that he was a worse sinner. But he knew he was doing a good job on himself. Grace is available. We know that. But truth is also available. This one, I'm here and I'm yabbing like that. I am yabbing because I honestly think that we place premium on virginity, purity, hold on to it, and sometimes we lie to other people. Why say when you are not? Why pretend when you are not? And there are people too who are, and they are pretending they are sexually active. That part too, I don't get it. Because people will see you some way. And so for you not to receive that tag, when they are talking some, you to have to talk some so that you fit in. Now I'm asking the question. You are virgin, boy. You are not, boy. You are abstaining. Oh, who wants to abstain this time? Nobody is thinking of abstinence. Abstinence is a cake. You are not abstaining too. You are promiscuous. That's society for you. But there's always a standard. And even as children of God, our standard is the word of God. So know that standard that is keeping you in check. The Bible makes mention of fornication, adultery, and all that. We know there is a standard that as children of God, we keep ourselves blameless, spotless, because that is what Christ expects from us. But along the way, if you veer off the road of blameless, spotless, when you get back, can you address that lie that kept you in the position of you tagging yourself as blameless? I think we have lied way too much. I honestly think so. We have not been honest to ourselves, to the people who deserve some level of honesty, for the people we mentor, for the people who look up to us. We have not. We have not done a good job, even with the things that concerns us sexually. No. You had a history in the past, so what? What is the way forward? I want to do a better job. That's it. Whether virgin or not, I don't want to hear. What is the way forward for us? There is always a way forward. And that is what we are talking about. The way forward starts with honesty. The way forward starts with knowing that we didn't get it right from the onset. Can we do another job? We'll be right back. people, so we are back, and it's Random Start with Maxine. It's the Wednesday edition. This morning I am shaking tables. This is a conversation that ordinarily we find it hard to talk about. Nobody wants to talk about their sexual history. Hey, or say hey. But you see, the truth of the matter is, whether we like it or not, once we are human beings, there's a sexual drive. There will be a point we'll have sex. There's a point you're already having sex. There's a point you have to put the brakes on the sex. And there's a point you have to be honest about what your sexual history is. Whatever your reason for abstaining is. I understand that there are a lot of young people who are battling with keeping on to the stance of I want to abstain. And abstinence is not cool nowadays. I say chemubisano. It's not the vibe nowadays. But guess what? There are people who have abstained and they are still abstaining. For all those flaunting their sexual escapades and telling you some things, in the midst of the majority of people that seemingly looks like they are having sex, there are also people who are doing a good job by the grace of God with abstinence. I won't sit here and lie and say that, no. But once you decide to abstain, plus the grace of God, I am sure you will be good to go. Good to go. I won't mince words on that. And once you're already sexually active and you are contemplating this thing, what is it? Whatever it is. I remember my secondary school headmistress said this. Said, focus on the books. And it stuck with me. When you get married, as for them, so you can have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, morning, afternoon, evening, dawn. You take it like a mujedro, because you have what it takes to do what you want to do. But even in the midst of what it feels like, those who are abstaining are losing out. Sometimes that's how it feels like. They are talking, you can't talk some. Hey, they are saying things, you can't say some. And you feel kind of like lost, because there's some information that they are readily putting out there that you can't even wrap your finger around. And you're like, am I in this world? My answer to this baffling situation is, what happened to reading? What happened to research? It is not like it is. But what? Knowledge is knowledge. Knowledge is knowledge. And knowledge is power. Get some good books. Read. What happens to practicals? Are you a practical teacher? And this is what we do to people. Sometimes our comments are loose. Very loose. You don't even know that one loose comment that flies around will send somebody who is abstaining to even go try. And we should be careful with the things we say. That's what I kept saying from the onset. That you say you won't abstain. Somebody is abstaining to you, want to be on their case. What kind of evil spirit is this? It's very ungodly, unholy, and unspiritual. You cannot abstain. Somebody is abstaining to you, are jealous of the person who is praying and asking God. And whoever says, there's also this notion flying around that once you are not having sex, you are not attractive. Where from this one too? And there's a notion that everybody is having sex. Who told you that lie? That everybody is doing it. Who says so? It is not true. It is honestly not true. Please, in as much as we have endured, especially it's not funny when a nice Christian girl meets an unbeliever who has traveled the length and breadth of all the sexual escapades there is and want to downplay. Can we just stand for ourselves? It's not about doing big. This is your stance. End of story. End of discussion. Period. You don't have to be explaining yourself why you're abstaining. Do they explain themselves why they have sex? Nobody explains to you. If they're going to have sex, they go and have sex. I felt like doing, they do it. So you also don't feel like having sex. You won't have. They are able to sit us down and tell us what their whole experience is. We are not able to sit them down and tell them why we are abstaining. They will want to talk us out of abstaining, but we cannot talk them out of why they should not have sex. And for me, the measurement is not parallel. It's not parallel. So if you cannot give me, you don't give me reasons why you should have sex, why should I worry my head and tell you that Corinthians chapter this one says that keep your... No, I ain't doing that. Why should I be the one to give you litany or Bible quotations to buttress why I am abstaining? I'm not doing it. I am not. Because you have not given me reasons why you are fornicating. You have not given me reasons why you decide to go wild. So I don't find the reason why I don't see why you should also merit a reason. If you are not a virgin, I don't know why you should explain to somebody why you are not a virgin. If you are, I don't also see the reason why you should not explain yourself to somebody that you are a virgin. I am a virgin because... No. Please, hold on to those philosophies. If it's abstinence for you till marriage, hold on to it. If it is going off the line and realizing that, Charlie, I am going off track, can I come back? There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. We are here and we lie about every sin. You have had sex, you are lying about it. When somebody asks you, see, it's complicated. What is complicated about having sex? Why? It's end. There is no partial line between whether you have done it or not. Then I hear things like, oh, it's the women who are supposed to keep themselves pure. What happened to men keeping themselves pure? So when I say virgins, only women who has to be virgin. Hey, the virginity is for both. It's for both men and women. No, it's women who must be virgins and keep themselves to marriage. Once you don't keep yourself to marriage, you are a loose woman. But once the man goes around sleeping with everybody in skirts, the man is power, sexual obede, prowess. You are the one who can go 70 minutes and 16 minutes. We don't need that. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. I sit here this morning and I say it without any apology whatsoever. Virginity is not for women alone. Men must be pure, women must be pure. End of story. Period. Can we stop making it feel like all the hurdle or all the challenges women go through to keep themselves is just a waste at the end? And somebody at the end of the day, it's a man who will sleep with you. I know. So that correct man will come and sleep. We know. You two, you want to be going around and spreading, you to do your charity works. But you see, we have lost sight of why we should keep ourselves and why we must not explain ourselves. And I personally have problems with even the Christian, the sheepfold. No Christian brother or even in dating, they are even hiding about the sin. They are not talking. All they are talking about it. Stop the tongues and let's talk sexual matters. Hey, because at the end of the day, sex is also part of the package, Anna. When you get married, it's sure. So why are we sweeping that one under the carpet? Why can't we be honest about it? You, the Christian lady, is telling you that, oh, once upon a time it happened. No, you have time. No, you have stopped picking their calls. You're the one that you have stopped picking. Are you a virgin? Are you a virgin? And last time I was listening to a song and said, in the lyrics of the song, the guy was like, as he told me I was a virgin, only for me to get to the room, it was something like a man where I'm like, look at this. Look at this. Nobody gets, no woman also tells you what it is. But you, because you have and people make fun of these lines in music, and I'm like, these are the lyrics to a song. I'm like, who even gave this one the sense to write this one? So there is premium on virginity when it comes to women, and then we lessen the standard of measurement for men, and men think that because we are women must keep them. Both must keep themselves pure. Both must. Christ didn't say that women keep yourself. Don't say he said keep your bodies. It was the instruction was keep. He didn't say women keep yourself. He said to keep as living sacrifices. There wasn't a gender kind of saying dimension to it. He said keep. So if we are all keep, let's all keep. And I don't understand when motherly figures would mount pulpit and only speak to women. As you are here as a woman, you have to keep yourself for your man. What is the man keeping for the woman? Money, authority, prayer. Please, for me, this narrative must change. We've shamed a lot of people, even with our loose talks. We have given people another reason to even second guess their own decision. Sometimes they are convinced about it, but just one loose statement that flies around will get them off track. We have also kept people in the dark with the lies. The last time my friend, honestly, or a lady told me that, oh, you know that time I told you I was a virgin, I was lying about it. I'm like, a lady could tell a fellow lady a lie like this. Then I am wondering what he will tell his husband. You already experienced. You come and lie down, you pretend you are inexperienced. Because you have told some lies. You have done sins. You know sins in and out. You have told a lie, so you have to keep to that script. That, oh, me, I don't know how to, but you have done things. You know that department, you already have a master's. The guy used to have done things, I've not kissed before. So you start doing class 1, kissing class 1. Meanwhile, you have gone through the length and breadth of the kissing town. You know what's up. But you see, there's a narrative you have put out there, so you have to keep to the script. And that's deception. And those are lies. You cannot give the nitty-gritties of what your sexual experience is, but can you just scratch the surface? Oh, once upon a time, this and this happened, but that was it. That's it. I have been sexually active. That's it. I have not been sexually active. That is it. This is how far I have traveled. That is it. When the person start asking you, who was it? When was your first time? Was it in your room? Then you know that this person is not an immature person to have this conversation with. End of story. If you are being honest, and honesty comes at a cost. It's not easy being honest. So for you not to bear the cost of being judged, being looked at critically, being insecure, people not even handling the truth very well. Just, somebody will say, just be generous with the truth. A little truth there. I've been sexually active, some past sexual histories like that. Nothing too good I want to boast of. That was my past, that's it. Life goes on. It's a simple world, brothers and sisters in Christ. And for those of us who are currently struggling with the whole sexual experience thing, for me, I don't think there is anything like it's too late. I honestly do not think. You are not a virgin. I don't have a problem. You are. I don't have a problem. You want to be. You want to keep yourself. I like that. That's where we start a conversation. Because for all those who have explored, if they are being honest about it, they will tell you that what man no see before. And so, if there's only one honest person in that prayer group who will share that experience and be honest about it, that young girl who is contemplating of de-virginizing herself will think twice. If that prayer warrior, that prayer papa, that tongue speaking sister can be honest about it, maybe it will go a long way to save that little girl who is torn between the devil and the Red Sea as to what next step they should take. If that woman is ready and willing to be honest about their regrets and put forth that regret in all honesty, it will go a long way to salvage that girl who is not too sure what to do. So this let's just go be distracted. When people want to know if you're a virgin, say, no one's a virgin. Life screws us all. That's it. Life has a way of screwing all of us. You got screwed, so what? You have a past, so what? The interesting part is what you want to do with the next phase of your life. You want to go about still sexing everybody around? You want to go about still experiencing and going on escapades? You get tired, though. It's a matter of time. You get tired, or you want to get tired. And those flying information around and all that 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 and all that. Please watch it. Watch it. Men and women together have issues. Sexual issues are not things that ordinary somebody wants to talk about. But once the person warrants a true and honest answer, can we just put that on the table? There are a lot of things we lie about. Honestly, sexual history should not be one. The state of your sex life should not be something you can lie about, especially to the people who matter. Why do you want to lie to the person you want to marry that I'm a virgin when you are not? That is the beginning of your woes. What other things have you told me that are lies? What other things have you said that I have to test again and be sure that is not true? What are you keeping from me? What narratives will change again? And that's when the inception of lies begin to bear fruit of mistrust. We'll be right back. Okay. So we are back this morning on a Wednesday. You know how we do it on the show. On Wednesday, I just want us to give us ourselves an opportunity to think through some things that ordinarily we will not put out there. Okay. Just for the reasons that there's a part of us that we want to keep in the closet. And sexual histories are things that we honestly, nobody wants to talk about it. I know. I know. That's one. I know. How would they see me? Going to raise eyebrows and stuff. Those are the very reasons why we do not want to be honest about it. And for these reasons, I'm not saying that we go around flaunting what our sexual histories are. Unbelievers are the ones who are flaunting their sexual histories. I clear 15 girls. I clear them. With the Christian brothers, we are clearing, and sisters, we are clearing secretly. And we can't say it because how will others see us? People have expectations of us, right? I know. They have expectations about how your sexual history should be. Oh, Sister Maxine, the way I see her, she looks like a decent girl. I'm not sure she has any history that's terrible, especially when it has to do with sex. Hey, is you. And these are the things, expectations. So there are times we are just holding to people's expectations of us. And in effect, we have wired some narratives that are not the truth. I honestly think that whether or not we decide to put out our sexual history to the people that matter, the core reason for doing that must be out of honesty. Honesty is the best policy. It doesn't matter what people's expectations of you or what their expectations of you should be like. But it matters what you would want to hold on to. Is it okay putting out a lie, scamming people? We call this the virginity scam alert. If there was a device that was put on our bodies to let us know those who are virgins and who are not, I'm sure that we'll get the shocker of our lives. But unfortunately, there's nothing like that. And the best tool for us is our mouth. And our mouth is to speak the truth. The truth hurts, but the truth is liberating. This morning, I don't know what your status is. Whether you are enjoying a period of abstinence, whether you are still a virgin and you are battling with the whole virginity shame. Who wants to marry a virgin? Who doesn't want to marry one? Is it their problem that you have kept yourself and is it your cross to carry? When the experienced teacher comes, he knows how to go about the inexperienced students. So which one is your problem? And so those whole cliche of please, those ones are a cake. We don't even want to hear them again. Experience and what are you doing? Do you die with it and take? When we die, is it your business? And I will take this to the grave and you won't you also take yours to the grave? Because I'm not sure that when we go, they are going to ask us what sexual escapades we have had. How many ladies we have slept with. How many men we slept. No. It is just what kind of life we live. And I honestly am of the opinion that if you want someone to be honest with you, you have to make it safe for them. And making it safe for them means that you do not judge them. You are not critical of them. You don't make them insecure. And you are able to handle the truth. And that is the core reason why people do not tell us the truth. You are supposed to be pure. How, when, what, where, how did it happen, how many times? You make it difficult for people to give you the details which must be truthful. Sometimes you honestly think that, madam, please, I am a virgin, and my friends have been laughing at me. It's only for young people. You'll be shocked. I used to think that, virginity shaming is just for young people. They are young, between teenagers. They are having a lot of questions and insecure answers from their friends. Their friends are giving them pressure to have sex. But you'll be shocked when you sit with people that you think should be matured upstairs. And they are virginity shaming people who how can you be a virgin at 30? Why can you not be a virgin at 30? And these people are mature. They are thinking, why are they thinking like this? Because we're thinking that, it was when we were children or we were teenagers that you kind of like have issues with people virginity shaming you and all that. But at this age, who is that foolish person who is 40 and still a virgin? Is that person correct? Are they mentally sound? Why are they not mentally sound? You say you're a virgin. I don't believe you. You're 30 and you're a virgin. I should be 30 and what? So nobody has slept with you. So what? And so these are some of the, excuse my French, foolish things you get to hear on a daily basis. When you even think that matured people, your age mates, okay, this is a caution. Maturity does not come with age. People you think have had experience and have gone through life and have seen stuff shouldn't talk from a certain angle. But unfortunately, they also talk as young people. They talk as teenagers. And you hear things from their mouth and it's so disgusting. Please, let's watch it. So don't be surprised when grown-ups also talk like this. At first, we are quick to associate it with young people, that they are the ones who are immature and they do not really know how to go about the whole thing. But don't be shocked. This is free advice I have given. Don't be shocked. Even your circles of friends, all of them are sexually active. You are the one who is not. Don't they shame you indirectly? Don't they make fun of you? And that must not be your headache. At all, at all, at all. So there's a comment from Frank, okay. And it says, I think this is a question rather, okay. Is it proper for a Christian bachelor to be sexually experienced? I'll take that again. Is it proper for a Christian bachelor? So bachelor means you're not married. To be sexually experienced. So you are not married and you're having sex. That's fornication, right? Frank, if you are listening, I am putting your question in perspective. So you are just not anybody. You are a Christian. That's 1. 2, you are a bachelor. That's 2. And 3, you are sexually experienced. Maybe your sexual experience is from your past life. I can understand. We all have gathered experience in the past. But you realize that when you get back on the track of righteousness, you keep those experiences somewhere and use them when they are needed. So if you are asking this question, I'll put this in perspective. I hope I get you the answer that you deserve. That you know that once you're a Christian, I don't mind what your sexual experience has been in the past. What I mind is that you don't have to use those experiences now if you're not married. Can we hold the brakes on the sex drives? Can we please? It's difficult, but can we hold? Because the standard for us Christians is high. And so we cannot lower the standard. Frank, I hope that answers your question. But the experiences will be needed someday. It will. We will need those experiences. All your sexual experience will be needed. But for now that you're not married, can we keep those experiences intact and use them when it's appropriate? Thank you. You don't like my answer, but it's okay. So thank you so much for that question. If you are listening in and there's a question you want, I just want to be brutally blunt and honest on the show. And that's the whole posture I have taken from the onset. So if there's any question you want to put across, we are here. I try as much as possible to be objective, and we'll just answer the question as it is. And I know there are a lot of Christians, and Frank, thank you so much for this question. There are a lot of Christians who are battling with the whole sin of sex. And sex is not sin, but sex outside marriage, we know what the Bible says about it. And for us, we honestly think that if there is any difficult or challenging phase for us as Christians, especially for those of us dating and for those of us preparing to get married, is the whole sexual experience thing. It comes with a lot of challenges. But we fall, you rise. You get it right sometimes, you get it wrong. You get it right 2 times, you get it right. That's the whole thing. But we don't stay there. Constantly, we're on the move to make it better. So the falling is part of the gig. But you know that you put measures in place. Oh, today now 4. Then it knows that you have taken a defeatist approach. But can we always do a better job with anything that has to do with our sex life and with our past life? Experiences sometimes come to haunt us. I can understand. Especially when they have sexual experiences. They have a way of playing back to us. They have a way of haunting us. I think one of these days we'll do past experiences and how they haunt us, especially with our sexual experiences. We all have the propensity. All those who are having sex, it's not like we are better than them or they are better than us. But it's just that we have taken the path that a lot of people do not want to travel on. And so it makes us feel weird. It makes us feel that we are not the coolest people on planet Earth. But guess what? Sex does not make people cool. It does not. Guy in some quite well has says clear and say it does not really make you cool. I say to I won't mince words, it doesn't make you cool. But you see, there is more to the experience than just making it cool. And it matters what the experience is. You don't have to be ashamed for what you profess. You don't have to be ashamed for the stance you have taken. You don't have to be ashamed because you have had sex. You also don't have to be ashamed because you have not had sex. You don't have to be ashamed of the fact that, okay, at a point in time, you thought that purity was your core value and you have messed up. Can we get up again? Can we do a better job? Can we be honest about the experiences? And can we share them with all honesty? We'll be right back. So this is the concluding part of today's talk. Today we are talking about virginity shaming and virginity scam alert. There are scammers all around. People under the guise that, oh, I'm virgin, but they are not. There are people too who are but they are also ashamed about it. They cannot even say it. They are not confident about their posture. They are not confident why they are. They want to give reasons why they have abstained. And for me, I don't think giving reasons and telling people why you are not is a cool deal. I can understand. There's a way that religion and the fact that we are Christians places premium on purity. But this morning I am saying that purity is not only a woman's job, it's also a man's job to be pure. It is also a collective effort from both parties. If you're in a relationship, it is not, I hear this, the women have the power to abstain and women are more stronger than men. You have not seen a woman who is weaker than a man before. And so if we allow this narrative to, know that it's a collective effort. Together we can do this. You check me, I check you. And so if we decide that it's all the woman's duty and the man in his head is thinking it is your duty to help me abstain, it is your duty to put me in check, what does he also bring to the table? It is just fair. I can understand for the Christian, but Alex, you want to marry a virgin? Hey! So this is the deal breaker. I don't know why I asked this question. So Alex has been quiet all this while. My listeners, Alex has given me the bombshell. Alex is the virgin. Virgin at age 27. So somebody said 30 and 7, 27 and then so what? So for Alex, so you want to marry a virgin? So this is the part that we conclude with. Oh, Alex, you kept all these things from me. So Alex, for him, he's one. He's kept himself. So this one I am doing, there's evidence here to buttress the point that it is not only for a woman to say that, oh, it is a woman's job to keep herself till marriage. It's also a man's job to keep yourself till marriage. If the two of you, if Alex gets a virgin, hallelujah. If you don't get a virgin, what happens? Everyone was saying, which deliverance see how Alex is thinking. So it is just fair. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I sincerely don't want to talk, but
you sincerely do want to talk. Yes. Or we should do a rhetoric. If you don't want to talk, it's fine. That's fine. Okay. So Alex, I am putting a lot of questions and we are just doing that on a rhetoric basis. We are not getting answers.
Yes.
It is just fair that somebody like Alex, who's kept himself till the age of 27, expects that he marries a virgin.
Very well.
It is just fair.
Yes.
But you see, Alex, here's the point I want to burst your bubbles.
Okay.
There are people too who are not virgins and have gone the past. Maybe they were once. So every virgin at a point, every person who is sexually active now at a point was a virgin. And the person is doing their very best to keep to abstinence.
Yes.
I know people just had sex once and they didn't have again. They've been abstaining till then. They just went like, oh, all this hype about saying, Charlie, it wasn't anything, cry. I even wasted my time. I should have kept myself. Since then, they made a decision that one time, that's it. Never will I do it again. So if like you, it's just fair that, oh, well, that's why you've kept yourself. But if you don't get a virgin, get somebody like the scenario I have given, it is also okay.
Yes.
You can't kill yourself because the person have admitted that, hey, we went off track, I am back.
Very well.
Thinking about their past and which guy it was with and how many virgins marry virgins. You can get that. Virgins marry non-virgins. You can get that equation too.
Yeah,
non-virgins can marry non-virgins.
Yep.
We can get that. So even in this category, we can get virgins marrying virgins. We can get virgins marrying non-virgins. And we can get non-virgins marrying non-virgins. So whatever you take, look out for what you want.
Amen.
There are things that goes beyond virginity. I'm being honest about it. There are people who just messed up once and they learnt their lesson the hard way. So if you discern and this is the will of God that this is your wife, she's not virgin, but this is a Proverbs 31 woman for you. Please don't get fixated or virgin, and you let that thing slip you by. Somebody like Alex, if it's not too careful, will get somebody scamming him easily. And that is also something that you might be mindful of, because there's a stance you have taken. I am one, it's just fair, I get one. What if I don't get one? I must get one. That I must get one stance. If you are not too careful, maybe somebody honestly likes you, they are not. They know your position, they know your status, and they are thinking, how can I just get Alex? Holy Spirit will reveal. Or maybe Holy Spirit will just say, Alex, can we just look beyond this whole virginity sin and just take the person for who they are. So you can get that. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, very uncomfortable, and to think that all this while you have kept yourself and you are just going with somebody who has not kept themselves, it can be uncomfortable. But your significant other, whoever it is, must be honest about their status. And sometimes with this whole virginity thing, it's not like the people are loose or they are sluts or they are whores, excuse my French this morning. Sometimes it's out of rape, something, for something you don't even know it. They do not even want to share their first sexual experience with you because their virginity was stolen. Somebody betrayed their trust. It's a good enough reason to think through it and consider the person. They cannot really give you the details as to why they lost their virginity, but sometimes it was stolen, it was betrayal, it was something. Somebody you just trusted, oh, come to my room, shame. By the time you realize, stolen goose. We are outrightly shocked and horrified and broken when people lie to us about the state of their virginity. It's normal. And that's the point I want us to get to. Why do you want to put somebody in perpetual shock? Why do you want to make somebody's life more horrific? Why do you want to put somebody in an outright shock where you can be honest about it? If you give a damn about what people think about your status, then you'll be lying about a lot of things. But if you are not too comfortable and you are not honest about it, you'll just be living your life covered with a lot of lies. It is normal that a man or a woman wants his or her man exclusive. We can understand that. Brand new, tear rubber. We understand that one. But you see, who wants a second-hand way? But who doesn't even want a second? We still buy second-hand stuff, don't we? Second-hand crowd, yeah. You might not know. You don't know that second-hand good that has done you well before. But whatever it is, there's nothing like brand new. No two ways about it. There is absolutely nothing. Brand new and not fair any second one. You can't put the two on the same pedestal. But whatever it is, they both have purposes to serve. Can we just look beyond the purpose? Okay. So we'll just take some few comments. Alex says as it is. Frank answered. I like that smiley you gave. Thank you, Maxine, for your frankness. Thank you so much, James, for also taking and staying. Frank, God bless you, Alex, for virginity at 27. I envy you, pa. Okay, Alex, people are envying you, and it's not just Alex alone. We are in the same soup together. I'm older than Alex. I'm older than you, and I won't mince words. Those of you who know me, abstinence all the way, and so that is it. There is nothing shy about it. I mean, people come and say, you still know how to say. I say yes. So what are you? I said nothing. I mean, I just don't want to, and all that. And sometimes they will, oh, nice, pretty girl. I mean, what is preventing you and all with all this nice? I said, don't you think that the more reason why you don't even want to give me reasons why you don't want to have sex should also be the reason why I also don't want to. I want to. When I'm ready, I want to. I'll do it. I'm not ready. I don't want to do it. So there is a lot of narrative that has to change. I won't sit here and lie. I mean, at the end of the day, what do you gain? There are people who would want to front themselves in a certain way. We've all done that before. That's how come I said from the onset that we all spoken some lies that we shouldn't even have. There are times you are even shy to say you are because of how people are going to say you and interpret what kind of life you live. Do you live on planet Earth? Are you normal? What is it? Can't you just get any nice guy to screw you? I mean, these are some of the things that fly around. But whatever it is, we've enjoyed some level of shaming. We have enjoyed some level of honesty. We have enjoyed some level of people accepting who you for who you are. It's just like what is on the menu. Take it or leave it. It's just like they say today, rice and kontomire. Nothing else. If there's rice and kontomire, you are offering noodles and something. A person does not want it. They don't want it. So I don't know why I want to explain myself and telling you that what. Because what? I am getting congratulations. So Alex is more or less like I honestly was struggling with what topic to give today's way. I didn't really want it to be upfront so that it's kind of like open and overt, so we know it. That's how come I just want to have this honest chat. It's honest because I honestly think that in as much as we have a lot of conversations on the show, these are things that we'll seldom talk about, and you need courage, you need a lot of way. But I'll tell you the other part, where the challenges are, where the difficulties are, whether or not, you know, there has been a kakiti moment. I don't know if you know that, because once you have dated people, once you tell them that this is my philosophy and this is what I want you to buy into, it will come, I mean, your philosophy will be tested. It's not easy like that. It will be tested. It will be tested. And it's through the test that you will know that it's not virginity by mouth. It's virginity by everything that you have. So it's a nice way of getting connected with all my viewers. I think in the subsequent episodes, we'll be doing more personal stuff and we'll talk. Oh! So in the subsequent, so this really got me laughing. So I'll go back to what I told Alex. I honestly am thinking that I don't like Alex's stance on issue about I'm a virgin, so I have to get a virgin. Get away. So Alex, what is that? And what? Who will teach who what? But whatever it is, we'll survive in this cruel world. But I just want Alex to have an open mind. If you are listening to me, please have an open mind. You can be a virgin and you're going to get a virgin. I mean, I don't get it. Virgin is not do or die. Hey, must be a virgin. But no. But look beyond it. If the person comes with that on the package, on the list, hallelujah. Okay. If they don't come with it, look beyond virginity, because there are people who have lost it. I said it, a betrayal. They are not too happy about it. There are people who are jealous in us, and there are people who are not jealous in us. There are people who are thinking these people are not correct. Whatever. But whatever it is, it's for a reason. And thank you, Alex, so much for your frankness. Thank you all those who are sent in comments. We are glad you enjoyed the show, and that is it. I've seen, can I have your number, Maxine? Frank, I don't like that. What is that? And so whatever it is, and thank you, Frank, for always staying tuned to the show. I mean, you've been one of our ardent listeners, and so we're always grateful when we get to catch you online. So end of story this morning. Today, watch out for the scammers, and we allow people to scam us because we have not had open mind. We are not taking them for who they are. We just want them to metamorphosize into something else they are not. And so most often than not, we get a lot of people scamming us. But not that is also not to say that you also go around lying to people. If you are not, you are. If you are, hallelujah. If you want to keep having what you want to have, but let me be very honest. Sex, somebody said you're talking out of inexperience, fine, but sex.
That's what you
say that again.
That's what you say.
Maxie, you need experience. Christian brother to teach you. I have a lot of non-Christian brothers who are more than willing to teach you. My list is exhausted. Thank you. So don't worry, and thank you so much for connecting, and I'm out of here. Do have yourself a blessed week, okay? I've enjoyed myself. Trust you've done same. Keep yourself together. Keep saying a prayer. Know that the journey as a Christian is always not easy. There are rise and falls, but keep rising after the fall. Don't be afraid of the fall. Just rise up, and out of here. Bye.
The like you are there.
Yeah.
It's just the comment that are not coming.
Oh, don't comment.